So you're thinking about that phone out of Cupertino this year. You're thinking about that Red Delicious, that Apple device. Well, let's find out 5 reasons why you should choose Apple in 2019. That video is coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up guys, Nick here helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the follow-up video to 5 reasons why you should buy Samsung here in 2019. If you haven't checked that one out, go check it out, link up here in a card, also down below in the description area of this video. Little backlog, I use both Android and Apple, so don't come at me saying, oh, you're an Apple fanboy, oh, you're a Samsung fanboy. The sheep, you're a sheep. Just kidding, you're not. Are you? Let me know in the comments below. The first reason why you should consider buying Apple here in 2019 is long-term reliability, as in how long you can keep this phone. Take a look at the 5S. It is now 2019. We have a 2013 phone, basically archaic, hardware speaking, still looks pretty decent. Don't get me wrong, if you own a 5S, congratulations, it was a good purchase back then. I would have upgraded by now, but it just shows you that you can have an Apple phone for 5 years and it still is probably updated. It still at least works as the basic functions and all that. So that's my first reason, keeping the phone for an extended period of time. I wanted to get that basic one out of the way because I'm pretty sure you were expecting me to say that one. Well, of course I'm gonna say it because I'm finding that every Apple phone I've ever purchased keeps going and going and going, whereas my Note 5 kind of just feels like it's left behind already, and the Note 5 is only from 2015. So this next reason goes along with the first reason, and that is that this phone can be sold at a pretty high value due to Apple focusing on their brand and really growing their brand into one that makes people feel like they just gotta have this product. So of all the smartphones out there, there's still no phone out there that I feel like people just gotta have. I mean, the closest to it is probably the Galaxy smartphone, but the iPhone still has that brand identity where everybody knows what it is, and pretty much a lot of people at least at one point want to try it or have one of these devices. So with that being said, it's easy to get a lot of money on an old phone, even if it's not even worth the money that you're selling it for. So you'll find iPhone 6 Plus. I made a video the other day, don't be fooled by a 6 Plus because people are still charging like $200-300 for that outdated hardware. But because it has an Apple logo, you will still have people buying that older, outdated device in terms of hardware. Now we talked about software, but at the same time, still you can charge prices that are much higher even later down the line because people just gotta have that device. So I don't know if this is gonna change going forward, but it's definitely my second reason why you might want to choose Apple, because you are gonna get a decent return on your investment. So if you've been on both sides of the spectrum, both using an Android device such as a Samsung Galaxy, Google Pixel, whatever it is, and you use the iPhone, you're gonna notice one very apparent thing. The apps just seem so much more polished for the iPhone. I don't know what it is. It's just, well, actually I do know what it is. Developers spend more time, use more time into developing and polishing apps for the iPhone, where people typically buy more applications. Also, at least in the US, there's a lot of application developers, and people here typically, basically most people buy iPhones here. Samsung's in a close second, but they're not super close. Most people in the States are buying iPhones. So essentially a lot of work is going into polishing applications for the iPhone platform. So that's my third reason, is basically you're getting much more polished apps for the Apple experience. So that's a third reason I would choose Apple here, hands down, in 2019. I know you're waiting for it. Nick, when are you gonna say software updates, bud? You gonna talk about them? Because I got one last week, I'm getting one next week. I get so many software updates on my iPhone that I don't even have time to use the phone, and it's you know, bothering me with another software update. Phone's still the same, but I just got another software update. Enjoy your software updates. But my fourth reason is simplicity. The iPhone with your software updates doesn't really change. I mean, come on. Yeah, it gets new features, screen time added in iOS 12, faster performance. You throw a little button extra on the camera. Use an iPhone from 5 years ago, it's basically the same experience. Nothing ever changes, making it dead simple to use. And this plays a vital role in your everyday life when you don't have time to be thinking about how to operate this phone. It's like second nature. So to me, the simplicity of an iPhone is still spot on. The Pixel is very close and maybe even more simple in some applications. Simplicity is still very strong on the iPhone. However, I think Face ID, that sometimes is gonna take a little bit of a learning curve, the new way the iPhone operates. So my fifth reason why you should consider choosing Apple is because of the cool factor. Psych, you're not prestigious because you got an iPhone. You're not cool because you got an iPhone. What makes you cool is being yourself, doing your thing, inspiring others, helping the world out. That is cool, in my opinion. Anyway, the actual fifth reason why you should consider buying an iPhone is the amazingly simple and amazing video and camera quality of these devices, specifically the portrait mode, nailing it on the new iPhones, and also having 4K 60, some of the smoothest video on a phone. This phone is about the only phone I would trust to use in place of my camera for video due to no jitters, very smooth, no recording limit, and people really can't even tell that's shot on an iPhone. Now, the Galaxy I would also use for the front-facing camera, but I'm talking about the rear camera. So my fifth reason is the camera and video quality of these phones, especially the newer ones, is just spot on. And in 2019, Apple is likely to take that up a notch with a triple camera. So we're done here. You're dismissed. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Will you be choosing Apple in 2019 and going with Sammy boy? Did you say, nah, I don't do Sammy either. I'm using that Hawaii phone. Oh, you ain't using Hawaii phone? You're using the blue phone, are you? Are you using that Moto? Hello, Moto? No, not that one either, no? Are you using that Xiaomi products? Oh no, not that one either. I'm still wrong. LG, life's good. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to be well. Nick here, and peace.